And what happens if we let ourselves sit quietly, quiet the mind, open the heart, is that this natural compassion opens in us. It does. It starts with what's difficult and lost and ourselves. And little by little there comes a kind of shift of identity from my body, my feelings, my pain, all the things that we think we should fix, like Florida Scott Maxwell, who writes, no matter how old a mother is, she watches her middle-aged children for signs of improvement, right? All the kind of ways we're supposed to be better, all that stuff comes up. You're sitting there, and your whole life kind of parades itself as you sit quietly. And little by little, as you give space and rest and awareness, the quality of mindfulness or respect and compassion grows. And instead of my body and my feelings and my pain, it becomes more the pain. It's just the pain we share. It's the body, it's the sorrow, it's the fear that's part of our humanity. And it's not so personal anymore. It's just us, it's just life. And my family expands from being my friends and loved ones and my community. As someone said, the problem is you draw your family circle too small. For my country to become, my planet, my galaxy, my universe, and all of a sudden it's our universe, it's our planet, it's life. And we begin to see, little by little, we feel, we sense, we experience that we cannot separate ourselves from others. And to sit is simply to allow this beautiful and deep process to open in us. And it does. George Washington Carver writes, how far you go in life depends on your being tender with the young, compassionate with the aged, sympathetic with the striving, and tolerant of the weak and the strong, because someday in life you will have been all of these. And you see that you contain it all, and you will experience it all. So when the Buddha sat under the tree of enlightenment, if you take this great Buddhist myth, and looked out after his awakening of the morning star and his great liberation, looked out with the eye of wisdom across, he surveyed the whole wide world, and he saw beings like himself wanting happiness, everybody wanting happiness, very often doing the things that created suffering for themselves and others. And tears started to stream down his cheeks because of this ignorance, this lack of understanding. And it motivated him to get up and walk the dusty roads of India for 45 years, meeting people and say, there is another way. There is a way to live with compassion and graciousness and connectedness, not from the body of fear, not from the sense of separateness, but from interdependence, from this deep wisdom. And it's said that when those tears touched the earth, they sprung up as the goddess Tara, as the bodhisattva of infinite compassion. One of the forms is this that you see over there to the left, this beautiful tanka from Ladakh, is Avalokiteshvara, she's one of the bodhisattvas of compassion, who has 1,000 hands and 1,000 arms and 1,000 eyes. And I know she really does, because when my daughter was little, she came over here and counted them. She said, Daddy, I want to see if it's really true. Is it 1,000? And 1,000 is, of course, the symbolic number for as many as needed, so that she can see beings everywhere. And in seeing the struggle or the confusion or the loss or the difficulty of beings everywhere, she has a free hand to reach out and a free arm to say, oh, this being too, human beings, animal beings, all the kinds of beings of the earth. And so this is what arose in the Buddha, the deepest compassion. And yet it is you. O nobly born, begin the Buddhist text, you who are the sons and daughters of the awakened ones, remember who you really are. It is your own Buddha nature. And you have within you the great heart of compassion, that you can touch and awaken and live from and open. It is your birthright. And spiritual practice is just a way to come back, come home to it. Gandhi says, I believe in the unity of all people and all things, and therefore I believe that if one person gains spiritually, the whole world gains. And if one person falls, the whole world falls to that extent. So it's not separate from you. It is your heart in the world. And you have within you this great heart of a Buddha.